guys, welcome to another Cook Club. Did you know lasagna is one of the most top searched recipes on the internet? Well, today I'm going to show you my take on this classic Italian dish. We're going to make lasagna roll-ups. Here's the ingredients you're going to need. A sofrito, which is a mix of carrot, onion and celery, and you can check out our technique of the week to learn how to make these. Some minced garlic, some black pepper, passata, a little bit of milk, some olive oil, classic Italian herb oregano, and my two secret ingredients, mixed spice and brown sugar. Okay, to get started on the ragout, I'm going to heat up a little bit of oil in my pan, just about a tablespoon. And we've got our lean minced beef, so it's less than 7 grams of fat, so that makes it really, really healthy. And we're going to brown that off in the pan with the rest of our ingredients. So we're going to let these soften just for a couple of minutes. So this is going to take about 4 or 5 minutes over a medium heat. After a couple of minutes, I'm going to pop in my garlic. You don't want to put the garlic in at the start because if it burns, it has quite an acid or a bitter taste. So I'm just going to pop that in now that the rest of the veg are in. So we're just going to keep these moving on the pan for a couple of minutes. You don't want them to burn. Now I'm just going to let those sweat off for about another 2 or 3 minutes before I add my beef. You could use a mix of pork and beef if you like. That's quite classic as well. And at this point, I'm just going to break down the beef with my wooden spatula. It's really difficult to do this at a later stage, so you want to do that now. What you want the meat to do is caramelize, so you want that lovely brown flavour on the meat. And what you'll start to see is some water or some juices coming out. And here's the science bit. As the juices come out of the meat, the juices have all the flavour, but you don't want all that water. So by having your pan on a medium to high heat, the water evaporates off and all you're left with is a beautiful, meaty, rich flavour in your ragout. So we're going to add in our passata. So passata is like sieved tomatoes, so it's got no lumps, because I know some of you don't like any lumps. So it's a sieved tomato sauce, so we're going to pop that in. A little bit of seasoning from our pepper, a pinch of oregano, and then we've got our 2 secret ingredients, a little pinch of mixed spice. Mixed spice is normally something that goes into Christmas cakes, but a little hint of this in the background and everybody's going to be saying, oh my God, your lasagna is amazing, what did you put in it? So this is your new secret. And also a little pinch of brown sugar. And what the brown sugar does is it just sweetens up the tomatoes and it makes them taste like they've just come off the vines in Italy. Absolutely gorgeous. Now that we've got all our ingredients in, we're going to bring this to the boil and then reduce it to a simmer and allow it to simmer for about 20 minutes. Before you do that though, I've got one final little secret for you. A little tablespoon of milk. What the milk does is, milk has an acid in it called lactic acid, and that actually helps to break down and tenderize the meat a little bit, so you get a gorgeous soft ragout. So we're going to stir that around and let that simmer. At best, 20 minutes to half an hour. If you had loads of time, you could put this on like the real Italians do and leave it for about 2 or 3 hours. But most of us probably don't have that much time. So as you can see, our ragout has been simmering for about 30 minutes and it's gorgeous. It's all reduced down and the sauce is really, really nice and thick. Now we're going to start the fun part. We're going to do our lasagna roll-ups. Follow me. So what we need is fresh egg pasta lasagna sheets, some bechamel sauce, and you can check out our technique of the week to learn how to do that, some cheddar cheese and some Parmesan cheese. Okie dokie, for the fun bit. We've got our sheet of lasagna. We're going to layer some bechamel sauce on. Then we're going to pile on our ragout, a little leaf of fresh basil, and then we're going to roll it all up and pop it into our lasagna dish. Here we go. Spread that all over the bottom. You don't have to go out to the corners here, because as you roll it, it'll squish and squeeze out a little bit. Some of my delicious ragout right along the center here. We're going to top it with a really lovely fresh basil leaf. Here comes the tricky part. You've got to roll, you've got to be quick, and you've got to be neat. So we're going to tuck up the top and roll. And what's going to happen is this piece of bechamel sauce that's sitting here, it's going to act like your glue and it's going to hold it all together. Pack it in at the sides if it starts to squeeze out a little bit. And there we have one roll up done. In order to get them in our lasagna dish, we're going to put a layer of bechamel sauce on the bottom, so that stops them sticking and stops them burning and keeps it all really creamy and delicious. You don't have to be neat about this at all. The heat in the oven will spread it all out for you. We're gonna pop our roll-up in. So in this size dish, we get 5 lasagna roll-ups. Now that our lasagna roll-ups are all ready and in the dish, we're gonna finish them with a layer of bechamel sauce all over the top so it gets all melty and creamy and delicious. And we're gonna top it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And a little dusting of fresh Parmesan cheese. Now, I'm gonna get you to be really careful about one thing. When you're making lasagna, always clean down your dish around the edges. I know it sounds like I'm being a little bit of a neat freak, but I'm not. If this burns into the dish, you are gonna be cleaning and washing up for your mom from ages. So give it a quick wipe down all around the edges. Any ragout you might have spilt, any bechamel that got in the way, give it a clean down before it goes into the oven. So that's really important for the presentation of your food. Okay, we're gonna pop this in the oven about 180 degrees for 35 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, Lulu, here it is. My delicious lasagna roll-ups straight out of the oven.
Well, if anyone knows me, if there's food and it's hot and I haven't had to prepare it personally, I'm always here to taste.
And I know you love cheese.
I love cheese.
I'm actually gonna put an extra little sprinkle of cheese on top,
And
just for you.
I've made these cute little skewers. You know the way a lot of people have salad with stuff and it's fine, but this is a different kind of salad. It's like a little salad kebab. So there's some cherry tomatoes, different coloured ones, fresh basil leaves, a little ball of mozzarella there, finish it off with a nice tomato. And then I'm just going to drizzle it with the tiniest bit of just like a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
So you've got all your classic Italian flavours there.
Okay, there we go. So cute. And if they're popped on the side, I think what we should just do is dig in.
Straight into the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delicious. It's oozy and creamy and cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I need a moment of silence here. So, I know so many people love lasagna. I know everyone out there has probably researched the recipe. Believe me when I say this recipe really is one of the nicest ones. It's not dry, there's not too many lasagna sheets because it's fresh lasagna. It isn't kind of soak up all of the meat juices.
Gorgeous.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Can you get that little background flavour from my little secret ingredient from earlier?
My tongue is burning at the moment because I put in too much of the hot meat. So at the moment, all I'm kind of thinking is I want water. Gorgeous, amazing. Okay, try it. Let us what you know. Leave comments if there's anything that you want us to make. Let us know. We love hearing from everybody all the time. And we'll see you the next week. Yes, the next cook club. And I'm on the dishes. So bye.